AI is writing code faster than most engineers can read it. It's generating Terraform modules, building CI/CD pipelines, writing bash scripts, and producing infrastructure configurations in seconds. So the question a lot of people in cloud and DevOps engineering are asking right now is, do I still need to learn to code? Or can I just prompt my way through everything the job requires? I've been in cloud engineering professionally for years. I've coached hundreds of people into six-figure cloud and DevOps roles. And this is one of the most common questions I get asked every single week. The short answer is yes, you still need to learn how to code. But the reason why is more important than the answer itself. And most people explaining this are getting the reason wrong. Let me show you what I actually mean. AI is a force multiplier, not a replacement. Here is the frame that actually matters. AI does not replace coding skills. It amplifies them. And that means it makes you more of what you already are. If your fundamentals are solid, if you have already built pipelines by hand, written Terraform from scratch, debugged a configuration that makes no sense at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday, AI turns you into a machine. Work that used to take days can be done in hours. Work that used to take hours can be done in minutes. The productivity gain is real and it's significant. And any engineer who tells you otherwise is not using AI seriously. But here's the other side of that equation. And this is the part that most people are not talking about. If your fundamentals are weak, if your entire relationship with infrastructure as code is passing prompts to an AI tool and shipping whatever comes out, AI just helps you make bigger mistakes faster. Bad Terraform configurations deployed at scale. Security misconfigurations that look correct until an audit reveals them 6 months later. CI/CD pipelines that pass in staging and fail in production for reasons you cannot begin to diagnose. Infrastructure that nobody on the team understands, including the person who built it, which means nobody can modify it safely and everybody is afraid to touch it. The engineers who are winning with AI right now are the ones who built the foundation first. The ones who learned to write pipelines by hand before they used AI to accelerate that work. The ones who understand what Terraform was doing before they asked AI to generate it. The ones who have made enough mistakes in their lab environments to know what production failure looks like before it happens. Those engineers use AI to validate their thinking, to go faster on work they already understand, and to explore options they might not have considered. They are not dependent on it. They are empowered by it. You can't catch a mistake you do not know how to recognize. That is the core argument. Everything else follows from it. There's a reason the engineers who were already strong before AI arrived are the ones most thriving right now. Not because they're smarter, because they built the foundation when there was no shortcuts available. And now the shortcut multiplies everything they already knew. Reason 1, you cannot debug what you did not build. Let me make this concrete. You ask an AI tool to write a Terraform configuration that deploys Azure Kubernetes Service Cluster with a private endpoint, a log analytics workspace for monitoring, and a managed identity for the node pool. The AI produces something. It looks readable. You run a Terraform plan. The output looks right. You run a Terraform apply. It deploys without errors. 3 days later, pods cannot reach the container registry. The cluster is up, but nothing is working the way it's supposed to. What do? If you do not understand how private endpoints work in Azure, how DNS resolution flows through a private DNS zone, how managed identity is scoped to a resource, and what the network path looks like between an AKS node pool and an ACR instance, you have no starting point for the investigation. You paste the error into the AI tool. AI suggests a fix, you apply it, something else breaks, you paste that error in. AI suggests another fix. The cycle continues for hours, and you're no closer to understanding what the actual problem is. That is the trap that engineers without foundations fall into. And it's not a hypothetical scenario. This happens in production environments every single week. AI tools are excellent at generating configurations. They are significantly less reliable at debugging complex multi-service failures in your specific environment because they don't know your environment. They don't know your network topology. They don't know which subscriptions your resources are in. They don't know what DNS configurations exits upstream. They don't know what was deployed 2 weeks ago by a different member that might be affecting the resolution path. They don't know that your organization's hub and spoke architecture routes DNS queries through a central resolver that needs to be configured separately. You have to know those things, and knowing them requires having built real systems by hand before you started relying on AI to build them for you. Debugging skills are not something you can borrow. You develop them by writing code, hitting errors, staring at logs that make no sense, trying things that don't work, eliminating possibilities one by one, and eventually landing on the root cause. That process, repeated hundreds of times over months and years, is what builds the judgment that makes you the person the team calls when something breaks in production. AI cannot not give you that. Only doing the work gives you that. Reason 2, AI gets the details wrong and you need to know them. Here's something that becomes obvious once you've used AI tools extensively for technical work. AI models are very good at the general shape of a solution. They are frequently wrong about the specific details. And in cloud engineering, the specific details are everything. In Azure specifically, this shows up constantly. An AI-generated Terraform module might configure an Azure storage account correctly, but miss the private DNS zone association that makes the private endpoint actually resolve. The storage account deploys, the private endpoint deploys, and then nothing can reach it because the DNS piece is missing. An AI-generated pipeline might build and push a container image correctly, but the wrong authentication method for pulling Azure Container Registry in a private cluster. So the pipeline succeeds and the deployment fails. An AI-generated bicep template might deploy an AKS cluster, but scope the managed identity permissions incorrectly. The cluster deploys and runs, and then something fails 3 weeks later when a workload tries to access a key vault it does not have permissions to reach. None of these are obvious errors. They look correct on the surface. The resources deploy without errors. The plan output is clean. You only catch them if you understand what correct looks like, which means you need to have configured these resources yourself enough times to know what to look for. The engineers who get the most out of AI are the ones who know the right questions to ask. Not write me a Terraform module for AKS, but write me a Terraform module for AKS with a private cluster configuration, a system assigned managed identity, scope to pull from a specific ACR instance, a private DNS zone link to the spoke VNet, outbound type set to user-defined routing, and diagnostic settings to forward to log analytics workspace. The more specific and technically precise your prompt, the better the output. And you can only be that specific if you already know what the solution should look like. That knowledge only comes from having built these things yourself. Reason 3, infrastructure as code is code. Some people in cloud engineering convince themselves that IAC is different from coding. It's not. Terraform is a programming language. Bicep is a domain-specific language with variables, parameters, conditionals, loops, modules, and complex expressions. Understanding how to work with them effectively, not just copying examples, but actually designing reusable, maintainable infrastructure modules, require the same foundational skills as any other programming discipline. Here's what that looks like in practice. A cloud engineer who has never written code can follow a tutorial and deploy an Azure Virtual Network using Terraform configuration someone else wrote. That same engineer, when asked to build a reusable VNet module that accepts different address spaces per environment, supports optional subnet configurations with delegations, integrates cleanly with a hub and spoke topology, passes outputs to downstream modules, and handles the private DNS zone associations for all the private endpoints that'll attach to it, hits a wall immediately. Because that requires understanding of how Terraform modules are structured, how input variables and local variables interact, how to use for each for dynamic resource creation, how to handle optional configurations with defaults, and how to structure outputs so that they're useful to other modules without creating tight coupling. None of that comes from prompting an AI. It comes from having written enough Terraform to understand how the language works, what it can do, what it cannot do, and why certain patterns exist. The same is true for CI/CD pipelines. Writing a basic GitHub Actions workflow that runs on push and deploys to Azure is straightforward. Writing a production pipeline that handles multi-environment deployments with environment-specific approvals, matrix builds that test across multiple configurations simultaneously, artifacts caching that meaningfully reduces build times, reusable workflow templates that standardize how pipelines are structured across multiple repositories, and conditional logic that skips expensive steps when only documentation changed. That requires pipeline experience. YAML looks simple. GitHub Actions and Azure DevOps pipelines are notoriously cryptic when they fail. Error messages are often misleading or incomplete. The failure you're seeing is frequently not in the step that threw the error, but in a step that ran earlier and produced output that the failing step is now misinterpreting. Learning to diagnose that requires having spent time in pipelines, enough to have developed an instinct for where failures tend to hide. You do not need to become a software engineer. You do not need to build production web applications or optimize sorting algorithms, but you need the programming fundamentals: variables, functions, conditionals, loops, modules to work effectively with the infrastructure tooling that cloud and DevOps engineering requires. requires. Without those fundamentals, you're building on sand. Everything works until it doesn't, and then you have no path to fixing it. Reason 4, the engineers getting hired have both. Let me be direct about what the job market is actually rewarding right now. The engineers landing 6-figure cloud roles and DevOps roles in 2026 are not the ones who know how to prompt well. They're the ones who can demonstrate that they understand what they built, why they made the architectural decisions they made, what breaks if a configuration is wrong, and how they would troubleshoot a failure in a system they're responsible for. That comes up in interviews constantly. Walk me through this Terraform configuration. Why did you use a managed identity here instead of a service principal? What would happen if this pipeline failed at this stage? How would you debug a situation where pods in this cluster cannot reach the storage account? What is the first thing you check when a private endpoint is not resolving correctly? You can't answer those questions by describing what you asked an AI to generate. The interviewer is not evaluating your prompting ability. They are evaluating whether you understand how these systems work, because you're going to be responsible for them when they break at 2 a.m. on a Saturday. The engineers who use AI most effectively are the ones who are already technically strong. They use it to go faster, not to avoid the foundational work entirely. The difference in output between a strong engineer using AI and a weak engineer using AI is not smaller than it used to be. It's larger, because the stronger engineer can direct the AI precisely, catch its mistakes immediately, and build on its output with confidence. The weak engineer gets a plausible looking output, ships it, and finds out weeks later in production that something was misconfigured in a way they do not have the skills to diagnose. The shortcut does not exist. What exists is a faster path to building real skills, and AI is genuinely useful for accelerating that. Use AI to understand error messages faster. Use AI to generate the first draft of a configuration that you then review, study, modify, and make your own. Use it to explore how a service works when the documentation is unclear, but do the foundational work. Write Terraform by hand until you understand what each block is doing and why. Build CI/CD pipelines from scratch in Azure DevOps or GitHub Actions until debugging them feels navigatable rather than random. Deploy Azure resources manually through the portal before you automate them with IAC, so you understand what the automation is actually doing. Break things in your lab so you learn how to fix them before production demands it. Break them again, then fix them faster. That is how the skill compounds. That combination, foundational skills built through real work, accelerated by AI, is the most valuable thing you can bring into a cloud engineering or DevOps role right now. The engineers who have both are the ones getting hired, the ones getting promoted, and the ones whose careers have no ceiling. The engineers who are going to win in the next 5 years of cloud engineering are not the ones who avoided learning to code because AI made them seem unnecessary. They're the ones who built the foundation, who did the hard work of understanding how infrastructure actually works, how pipelines fail and why, how Terraform modules are structured, how Azure networking behaves, and then used AI to do it all faster. That foundation is not optional. It's what makes everything else possible. The foundation is not optional. It's what everything else is built on. Build it in Azure, start with the core services, write Terraform until it makes sense, build pipelines until you can debug them. Break things in your lab so you know how to fix them in production. If you're ready to build that foundation alongside engineers who are already doing the same work, the link in the description will take you to our free community. As always, see you in the next one.